Org. All right. These are just, I'm just going to kind of skim through the notes that I have. I don't even know how old these notes are. It might have been from a call Rachel Rogers did when we used to do conference calls before Zoom. I just came across them today. So, first of all, you want to learn how to troubleshoot for yourself. And that's one thing we talk about with our uplines a lot. And that goes back to, I think we've shared with you guys a few times. You want to get to the point where you can be self-sufficient and self-reliant and not rely so much on your uplines. We'll be there for you until about the time that you hit gold. And about then, that's kind of about the time that you should start kind of spreading out and because you have your own team at that point and a very big team at that point. So, and this will kind of help you a little bit. I've got basically kind of a rough draft on how to suggest to take the products, and then medications and stuff on the back we can get into. So the Slim, you'll want to take about 30 minutes before breakfast. Of course, that's going to change with everybody. I don't normally eat breakfast, and if I do, it's not till like 10 or 10:30, but I take my Slim first thing in the morning. So if you have somebody that it kind of makes them nauseous, then have them wait until about 30 minutes after they eat breakfast or drink it with their breakfast. It's going to depend person to person. X Factor, of course, you're going to take 2 a day. Some people take it in the morning with their Slim. I myself, I take it at night because I want all the full benefits of my probiotic and my Mega X, because I take those at night as well. So that's just going to vary, either one or the other, either morning or night. Don't have them take in the middle of the afternoon, because most people, unless they're just complete health freaks, eat a crappy lunch. So you don't want them taking their X Factor around lunchtime. If they're taking the Accelerator or the Boost, of course, it depends on the person, 1 to 2. Of course, in the morning, if they're wanting it for like energy and stuff, take it in the morning, but make sure they eat a high protein breakfast. If not, they will feel nauseous for majority of the day. I myself, I take Accelerator. I do take it in the morning, but I cannot take it with the Slim. I'm very sensitive to stimulants and caffeine and stuff, and so I can't take them together. I have to take the Slim and the Accelerator after I eat. So the Boost is a little more intense. I suggest it for people that are active, people that work out. When I go to the gym, I'll take it before I go. I'll take about 30 minutes before I work out at the gym. Some people do take it in the morning just to have the energy and stuff. So it just depends on how active the person is and how serious they are about their weight loss journey. The Block, you want to take 30 minutes before your 2 largest meals. And I was actually thinking about this today on how to suggest this. I would suggest them doing it before lunch and dinner. And like I said, most people in the workforce eat out lunch. So that's the biggest one there. And you're going to have people that will always use the excuse that they forget and they don't remember taking it and stuff. I have a little pill box that's seriously like this big that I keep in my purse that has Block and Cleanse in it as well. So I always have it with me, so I never have an excuse. Breakfast, I wouldn't suggest taking it before breakfast, just because, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Get your metabolism kicked into gear and stuff like that. So definitely before lunch and dinner on that. The Ease capsules, 2 to 4. They say 2 a day, but when people first start out, especially if somebody with like arthritis or fibromyalgia, any autoimmunes that affect like the nervous system or swelling, inflammation in the joints and muscles and stuff, the loading dose is 4. So if there's somebody like that with high inflammation and stuff, start them out with 4 for a few days to a week, depending on how bad they are, and then taper them down. And then 2 will be your cap. After about 2 weeks, they should not stay at 4 more than about 2 weeks, and then go down to 2 and do 2 a day. And again, I take those at night because they help me sleep. They help all my muscles and my joints and stuff relax so I can sleep. Some people will prefer to take them in the morning, depending, again, on like their joints, and people with arthritis probably more than likely will take them in the morning to help them get them through the day. And of course the Ease cream, that's self-explanatory. Just tape it topically. Same thing with the body cream. There's no day, or it works really good as a night cream. Rachel Rogers, she uses it as a night cream for her, scarring and stuff on her face, but there's no right or wrong way to do that. The Fast Relief Nerve Health, I believe it's called Plexus Nerve now. You take 1 twice a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, or, like 1 before lunch, 1 before dinner. That's just 2 a day. The BioCleanse, this is the one that has a lot of like playroom with, and it's going to depend on the person and their detox symptoms. Me, myself, when I suggest it to people, this is the way I was started on it, and it's what worked for me. If you were started a different way and it worked for you, suggest it that way. There's plenty of room to play with this. I always start everybody with 1 cleanse and 1 probiotic at night. That's just to kind of get their body going, kind of get their body used to it and stuff like that. I'll do that for about a week. And then from there, I will up the probiotic to 2, and then I'll move the cleanse to the afternoon and have them take 2. And of course, this is going to depend. If somebody has real bad die-off symptoms in the beginning, you're going to want to have them stay at 1 for probably 2 weeks or 3, just depending on their symptoms. If they bump it up to 2 and their symptoms get really bad, have them go back down to 1 for a few more days. Just make sure they're drinking the water. And the water is the most specific thing in any of this, because the faster they drink, the more water that they drink, the faster those toxins are going to get flushed out and the faster they're going to feel better. Okay, so the BioCleanse, you can take up to 6 a day. I think on the bottle, I don't have a bottle sitting in front of me, but I think on the bottle it says 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. I think something like that. Or I think it says 2 after each meal. I forget what it says. But you can take up to 6 a day. And the probiotic, you can take up to 4 a day. It's just going to depend on how you're feeling, and of course where your yeast overgrowth, how you have that under control and stuff like that. And you guys should be able to tell, because you know enough about the product, by the way you feel on how many you should be taking. And then you can take that into how you're going to suggest it to your customers. Probiotic, I went over that. Some people actually on the probiotic, like my mom, she can't take it at night because it keeps her up all night. They suggest to take it at night because it works best when your body is at rest and not, all active and stuff. But and Rachel Rogers, she's actually started taking 2 of them in the afternoon as well. So start out at night, and then, with all your troubleshooting and stuff, if they're having trouble sleeping or any sort of other symptoms that don't sound right, then have them switch to before dinner or, after lunch or something like that. A few things you need to ask first and foremost when you are talking to a potential, before you even suggest products, before you even get them on anything, whatever. You want to find out their medical history, any health concerns they have, whether it be something that they've seen a doctor for, or if it's something as little as headaches, sleep, stuff like that. You need to find out what medications they're on. And the medications, that's going to depend on, there's some medications that do have reactions with some of the ingredients in our products. The grapefruit extract was one of them that was in the BioCleanse. It counteracted with blood pressure medication. That's why they took it out. So people who are on birth control, thyroid meds, stuff like that, that's going to have an effect on their weight loss as well. So that's things you need to know. What else do I have here? Okay, and I just have notes about specific meds here. Anybody that's on the depot shot, I have notes here to get them off of it. For some reason, something with the shot, I think, Ashley, you were on the shot for a long time, weren't you? No? So somebody that I was talking to was.
I was just, can y'all hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was just nodding my head because I remember Leslie saying that anyone who is on the depot shot, it's almost impossible for them to lose weight, and especially with the Plexus products, it just does not work out very well. Yeah. So, I always ask people if you are on any birth control, if you are you on the depot shot? And if they say no, if they're just on the pill, it doesn't affect it as badly.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. I knew there was something important about that. But yeah, the depot shot, for some reason, of course, it's one of the major ones that makes you gain weight anyway, but it literally just combats with the ingredients in our products. So if you have somebody on that's wanting to lose weight and wants to get on the products, just suggest that they switch to the pill or an IUD. No, IUD is great. That's what I have. It's freaking amazing. But okay, the SSR, those are in your antidepressants. Those, of course, everybody knows that antidepressants make you gain weight too. I was on them. I didn't gain any weight on them. But anybody that you have on any of that, suggest the accelerator to them because of the 5-HTP that's in it. I was on antidepressants and anxiety meds, and I lowered them after a few months of being on the triplex, but I added the accelerator probably 6 or 7 months into my journey, and I only take it like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And once I added that, I was able to completely get off all of my medication, all of my anxiety and depression medication. So that's a big one for people like that. Blood pressure medication, no booster accelerator for them because of the stimulants. I have read a few testimonies where people are on blood pressure medication or have, blood pressure issues that have taken one or the other and have not had any side effects or anything on it. We suggest against it, but if it's somebody that's, needing to lose quite a bit of weight, or somebody that works out a lot or something like that, just have them clear it with their doctor first to make sure it's not going to counteract with their meds. I don't suggest it to anybody with blood pressure issues, but some people take it and it doesn't bother them. Any thyroid medication, you have to be careful about which ones they're on. Rachel Neagle is like the thyroid genius, about every sort of med, every sort of thyroid problem, anything like that. So that one is, if you come across a potential that is on thyroid medication, get with your upline about specific meds and stuff on that, what to watch out for and what to be careful for. I have written down here, prescription meds change the body by 90% and supplements only 30%. So that's why when people take prescription medications, almost immediately they're going to feel a difference and notice a change, but with supplements, they're not going to notice as much. But with supplements, the results last longer, and they're, sustained results and stuff. Okay, I have complaints. Taste of Slim. A lot of people can't choke down Slim for some reason or another. I drink it in the little 8-ounce bottles. It's a little more tart, a little more tangy that way, but it's just like the perfect amount of sweetness. You can mix it in like a little 4-ounce shot and take it that way, and it's super tart, it's super tangy that way. But the more water you mix it with, the sweeter it's going to be. But you don't want to have them mix it with any more than 10 ounces of water, because then it kind of starts getting too diluted and kind of loses its potency. Some people mix it with orange juice, sparkling water. There's tons of sparkling waters out there, so just make sure you stay away from the artificial sweeteners and flavors and colors. Lemon juice, lime juice, anything like that is really good with it. That's pretty much all I have really on that. Like I said, these were old notes, so I had to just kind of go through them really fast. So, Jen, where are you? What do you got to add, lady?
I have a little bit of product knowledge highlights and a couple troubleshoot things I'll cover. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, why isn't she answering?
I had already muted myself.
Okay. Sorry that you guys can't see me tonight. Okay, we have a Plexus Slim Plexus product highlights. I'm going to go over this. I think this is a really good handout that I got. You might know some of these things already. You might not. So this is going to dive into the major products. Slim, as you know, unless you're really new, regulates your blood sugars, your lipid levels, your blood pressure. The key ingredients in the Slim are chromium, Garcinia cambogia extract, and beet extract. Chromium helps their blood sugars. It also is a great fat burner, and it turns carbohydrates and proteins into energy. A lot of people are chromium deficient, and they don't even realize it. Chromium also maintains the muscle as it burns the fat, so that's what makes the Plexus Slim such a safe way to lose weight. You're not burning muscle mass. Garcinia cambogia prevents carbs and sugars from turning into fat. It is a natural appetite suppressant, and the body feels full when taking it. Beet extract is what gives it its pink coloring. So it actually is pink naturally by nature. That's what I love that about the Slim. It improves memory, lowers cholesterol and blood pressure, improves immunity, prevents constipation, and improves digestion. So even the pink drink, it also has some natural antifungals in it, so people can actually have a little bit of detox from the Slim, not just the gut health products. And that's about it for that. We'll move on to BioCleanse. As you guys know, it oxygenates the body, supports weight loss, relieves constipation. It supports collagen production. I love that. I always tell people it's a magnesium-based capsule, and it gives you natural, subtle, daily detox that is so safe I even give it to my kids. So a lot of people hear the word cleanse and they go running for the hills. So you have to let them know this is different. It helps with headaches. The magnesium that's in it helps with headaches, muscle cramps, anxiety, chocolate cravings, fatigue, kidney stones, and PMS, among other things. It also has ascorbic acid. I can never say these words. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a pharmacist. That's an antioxidant. Lots of vitamin C, that kind of stuff. So BioCleanse I love because I feel like it makes your body healthier on a cellular level, just from what I've learned about it. Okay, ProBio 5, as you guys know, it reduces sugar cravings, fatigue, bloating. Bloating is huge. If you don't use the word bloating when you're talking to a potential, you are setting yourself up for failure. People hate bloating, and even skinny people get bloated. Most of the weight that people lose in the beginning is their bloat goes away. I always tell people, I say, even if I drink a can of pop and eat 2 pieces of pizza, which I don't recommend, but let's be real, I'm never bloated. It does not matter what I eat, I am never bloated. So that goes a long way with people. The probiotic cleans your gut by, I hope you guys know it has 5 strands of probiotics in it and enzymes. It has an enzyme in it that you need to know because it separates it from any other probiotic they could just go get at Walgreens. I can't say the word. It starts with the CH. I'm not even going to try. You guys can see it on your bottle. That actually breaks down the candida in the gut to help it get flushed out. And the way I word it to the everyday potential, you can pump all the good bacteria into your gut that you want, but if you're not getting rid of the candida overgrowth, it's not going to do a thing. You have to get rid of candida overgrowth first, then put the good bacteria in. That's why ProBio 5 yields results and all the other ones don't. You also need to let them know what candida symptoms are because people don't understand. So you want to let them know that's anxiety, irritability, heartburn, lethargy, and I really like to throw in there migraines and the skin problems, and allergies, acne, eczema. All that's related to your gut health, and people don't realize that. The more things that you tell your potentials while talking to them that Plexus helps with, the more they're going to realize. They may think they only want it for 2 things, but if you educate them while getting information from them in your conversations, then they're going to realize, oh, it could help me with like 7 things. I really need this stuff. So that's how you get people to understand the importance of it. We won't talk about everything. X Factor, that's huge. If most of you guys know this, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find notes with ingredients and things that the ingredients do that maybe you haven't heard before. So X Factor has aloe. That's what makes it so amazing. Increases absorption by 300%. Most vitamins are poor quality, making it hard for the digestive tract to break them down. When you have the aloe, you absorb everything. It has New Zealand black currant, which is an antioxidant. It helps people stay more alert, reduce mental fatigue, and reduces the risk of heart attack and stroke. It also has vitamins B, D, C, E, F, G. No, I'm kidding. Vitamins B through E. And those do a number of good things. All these files are on the team pages or they're in emails, and if you want this stuff to really look at, you can really dig deep. I don't overload people with the details unless they seem particularly interested in that product, or if I know that detail about the product will really sell them on it, like what that ingredient actually does and why it works. Block, I absolutely love Block. And I actually read a testimony a while back about people who take it even when they don't eat poorly. They take 2 to 4 a day, even if they eat quote unquote healthy. And the before and afters I was seeing were pretty crazy. So, and I actually noticed this too. For 2 months straight, I took Block no matter what I ate. And I remember that was right before convention. And I was a little bit thinner. I just looked better at the time of convention than I do now. So I recently bought more Block, and I was like, I'm going to take that every day. It's safe to take every day. Most people think it's like an as needed before you eat a lot of high carbs, which is what it's for. But it is safe to take every single day, and people are starting to notice the benefits when they do that. There are 54, what did Emily Roberts say in her video? There are 54 other names for sugar. So that goes to show you how much that sugar is in absolutely everything. So key ingredients in the Block are white kidney bean, which aids in weight loss, obviously. Block helps the insulin levels from spiking after you eat, so that's a good one to suggest to diabetics. Next, we'll talk about Mega X. This, I just recently started taking it. I put it off. I didn't think it was going to be that great. I really, really like it, but what I'm frustrated with is that I don't know why I really like it. It helps me sleep better, and I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, but I just really like it. Supports healthy lipid levels, control the blood pressure, brain health, helps with stress management and relaxation. Oh, that's why I like it so much. Most everybody knows about omega-3s. That's what doctors tell everybody to get on. This is omegas 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. So obviously it's got a lot more in there. 5 and 7 have a lot to do with skin. And I really like that. Whatever can make my skin look better. Oh, then we have the Ease Cream. Like she said, the Ease Cream is great. If you guys have never tried it, you've got to get it. Temporary relief. It has green tea extract in it, which is an antioxidant that helps with inflammation and relieves discomfort and protects the tissue. One thing you need to remember about the Ease, I didn't go over the capsules, but the cream and the capsules, if they are allergic to shellfish, you need to advise them not to take it. And that's it. I'm not going to go over any others. Here are some ways that you can word how the products work and little things that you can say to people when you're talking to potentials. The Slim products, oh, sorry, you're recording, it says we have 10 minutes. The Slim products, you can say, this cuts back. So what does that mean? Regulates blood sugar, obviously you know all that, reduces cravings, and it actually has a natural anti-inflammatory in it. That'll sell a lot of people. They may think it's just a little pink drink weight loss thing, and then you can tell them it'll actually help with their arthritis or fibromyalgia, and they're gonna perk up and pay more attention. So the Slim is the cutback. That's more the weight loss. ProBio 5, you want to think kill, because it's going to kill off all that candida. And the BioCleanse, you want to think clean. It oxygenates the body, and it gets all those toxins out. So you want to think, you want to explain to them, that the Slim is going to reduce cravings, increase energy, help them cut back on binge eating. The probiotic is going to go in and kill all the bad stuff, and the BioCleanse is going to help clean it all out. And that's why the Triplex works so well the way it does. When they're taking the Triplex, one thing I wrote down real quick, the way Jessica has people start out on their products is different than how I do it. So that just goes to show you that there's no set rule. It really is whatever works best for everybody. I follow the Fab4 Taper Up chart, and if you don't know what that is, we can post it on the team pages so that you guys can see it. It basically follows her concept, but it's a little bit different. And that's what I love, because the number one rule of troubleshooting is find out what they're taking, how many, and when. Because usually what you're going to do to fix their problem is probably going to be change with their regimen a little bit. So there are no set rules. For instance, my husband can't remember to take anything before bed, so he takes 1 cleanse and 3 probiotics in the morning with his pink drink, because in my opinion, this is what you want to remember. It's better to get these ingredients in your body at an inopportune time than not at all. And I also tell people, even if you forget to take stuff, if you forget to take your Slim, so take it at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. 90% of people, it's not going to keep you up at night. It actually helps you sleep. They think it's a stimulant, and they think if they miss it in the morning, they need to skip it for the day. That is not the case. You want to set people's expectations realistically. I stress that all the time. Weight loss is a side effect. Make sure they understand that. The Slim, I use words like Plexus is not magic and the body is not a machine. So I just want you to understand that it could take months for things to switch around, for your body to level out, and for things to really start kicking into gear. I use that 90% to 30% ratio that Jessica talked about. That's huge in getting them to understand what they're dealing with. Most people will still eat sugar out of habit. That's true. I can tell you that. I do that. Even once they no longer have sugar cravings, they're still going to keep eating sugar out of habit. So you want to kind of explain to them that sugar feeds the yeast and we're trying to get the yeast out, and that they need to really try to make some diet changes. There are no diet restrictions, but I always tell them to be sensible. They don't want to set themselves up for failure. Plexus is not magic. And that is about it. I was going to go really a lot deeper into troubleshooting, but Jessica covered almost everything. I think I made a note somewhere. If they're on thyroid medications, you need to make sure that they're taking that 3 to 4 hours away from their Plexus products. I tell people to separate all of their other medicines by about that far if they can. And that's when you can play around with the regimen, make it fit into their day, however's best. One thing that I used to do back when Plexus wasn't working for me for the first 4 months, I took 2 of my antacid meds in the morning with about half of my products. So this is another reason why you have to check in on people, because you want to, even if they say, yeah, everything's going great, ask them, what are you taking and when are you taking it? How are you feeling? That'll let you know if they're having detox symptoms, and that'll let you know if they're taking it a way that's going to set them up for failure. So you just have to stay in contact with people and just be there for them. And anything else, don't be afraid to try to troubleshoot with someone, even if you don't know the answers or you're brand new, because your uplines will help you. And the fact that you reached out and you showed that you cared, and then you went back and found an answer for them, that's going to go a long way in their eyes. So don't be afraid to troubleshoot with people. That's my advice. And I'm going to mute myself and get a drink so you can talk, Jess. I think the recording's...
Yeah, I don't understand why it's going to cut us off, because my account just got charged for the Pro that it renews every month. So I don't understand. But okay, we got about 4 minutes. Does anybody have any questions on any of this? Ashley, do you have anything you want to add?
Y'all did an awesome job. I don't know how long everyone else has been with Plexus. I've been with Plexus since April, and I'm a Gold Ambassador, and stuff like this really just, it helps me a lot too, because I remember, doing a troubleshooting call with Leslie back when I first started, and I remembered a lot of these things, but as y'all were talking, things just started to pop up that I had completely forgotten about. And I'm even writing down stuff like, oh, tell so-and-so about this, and then tell my other person about this because I forgot. So yeah, no, I'm thankful that y'all said all that information. The only thing that I had a question was thyroid medications. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to pronounce this correctly. It's like the levothyroxine.
It's levothyroxine.
Okay. That's the one that one of my girls is on. So do you have any specific information about that one?
I don't. No.
Thyroid medications work better early in the morning is when doctors tell patients that they should take them. So I tell people wait in between breakfast and lunch and drink your Slim or to take your morning stuff so that it's like 3 or 4 hours away from their, unless they're going to wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. to take their Synthroid. I tell them, go ahead and push your Plexus back to later in the morning. It's still going to work just as fine for you. Yeah. So that's what I do.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Jen said, make sure they're separating it out about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Take their thyroid medication first and then the Plexus after. And then also with that, if you have anybody that's on anxiety or depression meds, when I was still taking mine, I had to separate mine about an hour out as well. I would take my my medication first, and then about an hour and a half later, I felt like, especially with the BioCleanse, I felt like it was like detoxing some of my meds. So, and that was one of the reasons I was taking my BioCleanse at night. So, and that's with any medication. You want to make sure that it's not detoxing their meds. It shouldn't in any way. But I felt like it was personally for me. It might have all just been in my head. But I always try to have everybody separated out about an hour anyway, just to be on the safe side.
Okay, and then the only other question I just thought about whenever you said that, I was told, or I don't know, I've learned over the months, the BioCleanse is taken either mid-morning, mid-afternoon, but it's supposed to be taken separately from the ProBio. But I know that you said that some people take it with the ProBio. I remember someone saying that you don't want to take them together because then it'll like detox out the ProBio. But obviously, that's probably not the case for some.
I had actually, that was a deal that corporate had put out several months ago. I say several months ago. It was actually almost a year ago, because it was shortly after I had started, and I started in February. But I actually had a conversation with Rachel Neagle about this several months ago, and she said that it just depends on the person. It turns out that that's not the case. But some people it works better to separate them. I take Cleanse in the afternoon and at night, both, but I still take it just like I did in the beginning with my probiotic. It just varies on whether I take one or two, depending on what I ate for dinner. So again, that's when you need to kind of keep in contact and check in with your people to see how they're feeling with it. And if you feel like, from what you know about the probiotic and what it does, that they're not getting the full benefit from it, then have them split it up.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. We're about to get cut off. So if you have any more questions, just message us. I'm sorry we're getting cut off. I don't understand why, because I've already upgraded to the Pro. But if y'all have any questions.
Sure, call somebody.
I'm about to. Thank you all for getting on.
Bye.
Next
Bye.
week.
Thank